Hey friends, welcome back. I figured that I would today, since it's snowing and we have 6 inches, scan all of my books while telling you facts about myself. Doesn't that sound fun? So my fiance got me this scanner. I am looking for a new system of inputting books, tracking books, whatever. So I figured doing this with Libid wouldn't hurt. So, fun facts about myself. Well, I'm Kelsey. I figured you knew that already. So I restarted reading. My love of reading restarted in just general in 2021 with an audiobook. That audiobook was Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. My first physical book back into reading physical books it was a book called You're Invited. The reason I picked it up is because it was available. It just sounded good. It was about a wedding and people going missing, a murder happened, something like that. And that's kind of what kickstarted everything. That was my jumpstart into books in general. I didn't even read my first horror book for a bit after that. I stuck with thriller and dark thriller for a little while. I know that my first extreme horror book was Womb by Duncan Ralston. That was a ride. In general, I am turning 29 this year. I'm also getting married this year. And I live in the mountains in Appalachia. I run a book club with my really close friend Hannah. And our book club actually runs a little different than typical book clubs. Hannah and I are very different readers. She, when we first met and started this, was predominantly reading romance. And I was predominantly reading horror at the time. So we decided to make a book club where you read whatever book you want to read. So how it kind of functions is we all show up at the same place where we have it every time. And we read together for an hour. Just whatever book you're reading, just bring your own book. We read together and then we kind of just talk about the book that we're reading. I always come with a main question of the day and just a general question of what your favorite book was last year, or what's a trope you don't like in books, or something of the sort. I've had to get a little bit more creative since we've been now running book club for 2 years this Saturday, which is so exciting. I don't only read horror, I watch horror, and I kind of just live horror. I watched my first horror movie when I was 9. Honestly, probably younger than that. I watched Ginger Snaps at a friend's house, but my first actual in-theaters horror movie was The Mist. And I was 12, pretty sure. It traumatized me, but I loved it. Like, it was a good thing that I was traumatized. I really enjoyed it. But also, who wasn't traumatized at The Mist at any age? Even as an adult, it's fucked. I know this is also your guys' first view into like a good amount of shelves. I also have another shelf coming. I couldn't fit it in our car. So there's actually gonna be one right there where that card is for now, where all my Goosebumps movies are. There's gonna be a giant shelf there. These are my only unread books in my entire house, which you're only seeing like a little bit right here. It continues on that way, and there's more upstairs. So this shelf is my only unread books. That's amazing, okay? You can't say it's not. This is my Karen Slaughter section. I got to meet her in August. That's an awesome fun fact. She's amazing. She drew me a cat. She drew me a picture of my cat. My fiance section is down here, also over there. He reads a lot of manga and Star Wars. And his favorite series is, I don't know actually now, it was Solo Leveling, but that might have changed. I haven't read a lot of Grady Hendrix just because I have this, but I did just finish Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. It was so good. It's now my favorite Grady Hendrix, and I don't think anything will ever top it. It was so well done. Oh, my friend wrote a book, and it is very remnant of the horror book, The Butterfly Garden, and this is it. It's called The Dark Convoy. So, shameless plug for that. This was really good. It's very like cosmic horror. It was, oh, and then my other friend wrote a book. Oh my God, I didn't know these were next to each other. Okay, this is a Pet Cemetery retelling. This one was called Cursed Paws. So 2 friends wrote a book this year. I love that. Honestly, I have had thoughts that I should write a book. It just, that would take so much brain power, and all of my mental brain power is going to our wedding right now because holy shit, we're like eloping basically. Well, I guess it would be considered a micro wedding, but like the people who are coming are doing it on their own volition. We're doing our own thing. We're eloping in Italy, and all of my brain power is going towards that right now. This was such a good book. I love going through these again. This was a 5-star book. It's called Full Immersion, and I don't think many people talk about it. I never see this mentioned anywhere. This was amazing. And this one was sucky. People were talking about this on TikTok, like, religiously. Like, this was the best book they've ever read. Okay, not that far. That's a little dramatic. But people were talking about this like it was an amazing book. I gave this book 2 stars. It was so bad. I liked the different type of mixed media, kind of, how it was, like, set up almost as interviews. And the flashback type of thing, not mixed media, but how that type of thing, cool. It's about a bunch of kids getting killed at a theme park. But it was done really poorly, in my mind. I don't know. And the book that traumatized a whole generation of 8th graders. Okay, I have to be done for now. I'm sweating, and my cake is almost done that I'm making, and I only got through like less than 50 books. That was sad. Yeah, I liked talking that way. That was cool. See you later.